Hi there. I'm going to walk you through the recent revision in ISBP. So the revised publication number is 821. So let's see what are all the changes which has happened from 745 to 821. So there are majorly 9 changes. It was actually 9 opinions which has happened after 745. So they have incorporated all these opinions into this new publication ISBP 821. So the first one is absence of a credit number or a typo mistake in the credit number is not a discrepancy. So there are two reasons to it. One is the purpose of asking the LC number in the shipping documents is mostly for administrative purpose. So if the documents are getting detached, the issuing bank may find it difficult to identify. So that's the reason the revision or the opinion they say that if all documents are presented, if you find any missing LC number or any typo error in the LC number, you need not raise that as a discrepancy. So I have seen discrepancies raised that 0 instead of O, I shown as 1. So these are all invalid discrepancies which need not have raised. So that's the reason they have brought in this revision. So the second aspect to it is there are certain scenarios where a particular importing country will be asking for the LC number to be shown on the shipping documents. This could be because of their customs practice or the country's regulatory practice. Even in India, as per the customs law, all the documents must mention the LC number, and additionally, they need to also mention that as per foreign trade policy, so and so. So if that is the reason which you are asking for the LC number, then you need to mention in the LC while issuing, you need to quote that because of the customs reason or because of a regulatory requirement or wording of that sort. You add that, and additionally you mention that LC number has to be mentioned. In this case, you need to quote that as a discrepancy. But if you are asking for an administrative purpose, then you need not refuse the document stating that as a discrepancy. The second thing is requirement for an additional photocopy, or they may sometimes say that do not staple it. So again, taking a photocopy, the issuing bank can do that. This is again for their administrative purpose. See, we are all cost concerned. Everybody looking for cutting the cost, but issuing bank thinking to reduce this cost is something they can avoid. So the documents might be like 30 pages, 40 pages, or it may run up to 100 pages. I know that, or we know that it is affecting the forestation or deforestation happens, or even one quire of paper costs somewhere around like INR 100 rupees to 300 rupees. Yeah, we all know, but you are not only doing the cost cutting, you are also cutting the exporter himself. You are cutting the business of exporter. If you are going to reject a presentation stating that I have not received a copy document, this is not fair. So that's the reason I say you're not cost cutting, you are cutting the exporter's business itself. If you have so much cost concern, then we should have started adopting or practicing the EUCP. And this is the reason, like maybe like decades together, ICC and all other international organization, right from UN's UNICEF, everybody they are actually developing, recommending, standardizing, and asking us to come and use the electronic way of documentation or payments, all those things. But we are very slow to it. So if at all we are very much cost concerned, then we should be moving to the electronic way of presentation and not cutting the exporter's business. Okay. And again, do not staple and all. Even if they staple, you can just remove it. So that is not a big deal to refuse the document. All right. And the third one, Again, this is an interesting thing. See, I have a friend, he quoted a discrepancy stating that, instead of IND, it is showing as industries. Then I said that, we have a, ISBP definition saying that IND, industry, everything is same. Then he said that it quotes only industry, it doesn't quote industries, not the plural way. I was astonished, but I couldn't explain. Luckily, we have this thing. They are actually added industries, everything, and we don't know like how many more permutation combination is going to come, and we are going to see a lot of discrepancies. Again, revision has to be made. So one thing is ISBP explanation. They say that, see, IND, industries, they all mean same. If you are finding something similar in your future, you can again consider that. If at all it makes sense, it tries to mean the same way which the name or whatever it states. So you need not raise that as a discrepancy. So the next one is, there is no requirement for the applicant's name, address, and contact details to be appearing in a specific box. Again, my friend, is a hard nut to crack. Okay, so he used to say that he will bring that invoice and say, see, they have given a name, but how do I know that this is the applicant? And I said that, CLC is asking for so and so applicant in field 50, and you are also seeing the same name and address. Then what is the problem? Then he said, how could I legally ascertain that? See, this could be a sister concern of the beneficiary. Then I got annoyed and I said, why are you concerned about a sister? Then my friend, he said that, if you know the explanation, let me know. Otherwise, you don't, embarrass or give a explanation like this. And I said that, see, everyone knows it's a commercial invoice generated out of a sales contract, and invoice is going to convey that the beneficiary is selling certain item like goods or services or performance for certain agreed amount in a currency, and that is going to be addressed to the applicant. Then why do you need a heading for that? But he was not convinced. See, that the problem is, we are actually used to certain logical understanding in our mind. See, when we write a leave letter, we say that from to, dear sir, subject. So probably our mind is, stuck to certain understanding, logical way of doing things, and that is the reason he was not able to agree to the explanation. Luckily, we have this opinion clarifying that, do not expect a specific box stating that there is a heading as applicant and giving the name, address, and contact details. All right, let's move to the next one. Copy documents. Again, this has been used in the previous things also, but they are again stressing that copies of documents need not be signed and it need not be dated also. We also know that. So the problem is, again, my friend, he has taken a original invoice and he put that in the copier. He produced a photocopy and he has shown that. See, look at the invoice and look at the copy invoice. It shows date and the signature. Now, why I am not seeing in this presentation? Why should not I raise that as a discrepancy? So we always have a understanding that copy means it's a photocopy, but there are lot of different definitions to the copy, and in UCP, which they say that copy, photocopy, or somewhat similar, they say that, you need not look for a signature, you need not look for a date. It need not be a exact photocopy of the original document all the time. So they are just trying to clarify that if the document is called as copy, signature or date which is appearing in the original document need not be mentioned or shown here. We'll move to the next one. Okay, this is again an interesting one. So the LC currency is USD, but most of the times in our invoice we will see only a dollar sign. So we used to raise that as a discrepancy, saying that we are not sure whether it is US dollar or Canadian dollar or Singapore dollar or Australian dollar. So here they are clarifying that if your LC is in USD currency and if you are seeing the dollar symbol in invoice, you can consider that, provided the invoice itself says that as otherwise. So dollar, and they are in bottom, maybe in amount in words says that SGD 500,000 so and so, or sometimes some other document may show that dollar, or maybe like in certificate of origin you will see dollar 500, and below that you might be seeing SGD 500,000. So that particular invoice or any other document attached with the presentation should not convey a different meaning for that dollar symbol. In that case, if it is not showing any other notable conveying method which the document shows, you can accept that symbol as US dollar. Now again, my friend, he asked a question. I have a LC which is showing Canadian dollar, CAD. In invoice, I'm seeing a dollar. Should I take this as a Canadian dollar, or should I consider that as US dollar and quote a discrepancy? This is in fact a valid question. Even I had this doubt in my mind. So I'm not aware whether there is explanation given while drafting this opinion. Uh, I was not able to get more information on that. If at all you know that, please share the detail. But otherwise, here we are not able to conclude whether this opinion is applicable to other dollar currencies, say for example CAD, SGD and AUD. So here they are very specific about USD. So my opinion is we'll just go and apply only for USD, but I'm sure that we can extend this to other currencies. But again, I wouldn't suggest that. But I think we need to look for more explanation on this. Probably we'll wait. If someone comes with a good explanation, maybe we can rely on that. So let me move to the next point, the signature of the master. So here there is a way the industry practice, they are now giving a stamp which is called ship's stamp. So in that there will be the name of the vessel given where master will be signing, and sometimes along with the vessel name the owner's name also will appear. Now we'll have a confusion why the owner is coming here. When master is signing, what is the role of the owner? We are actually forgetting that master or agent or carrier, everyone comes next to the owner. Since our UCP article like 19, 20, 21, they don't say or they don't introduce owner. So the maximum requirement from those articles are carrier name and carrier signature, or master and agent's signature in a way that they have to sign. We all know that. Now suddenly a new practice has we are seeing that owner's name is added with the ship's stamp showing vessel name where master is signing. No, this is normal. The opinion clarifies that you can accept it. And we also have that thing like owner comes into the charter party BL. So is there any conflict that most master name is shown and chart like owner name which is related in the charter party BL is shown? Is there any problem with that? That is how we mechanically think that. But in fact, it is not a problem, and this has been clarified. And this part, like master name along with the owner vessel name shown in the ship stamp, this has been replicated to other transport document as well. So first they will start with multimodal, and they are adding that to ocean BL and seaway bill, and also with the charter party bill of lading. Um, so we'll move on to the next one and the final one. Okay. The UCP 600 does not require the agent or proxy. This is an interesting one because we always think that, or we used to assume that the agent or proxy who is signing on behalf of an insurance company or an underwriter, they need to show their name. This was the common understanding because there was no issue earlier in this case, because we we don't get to see an agent or proxy signing on behalf of an insurance company or underwriter. Most of the times, the insurance document will be signed by 80, 90% signed by the insurance company themselves. Rarely we'll see underwriter who is also signing the insurance document. And very rarely we see agent signing on behalf of the company. But now it has been clarified that the name of the agent or proxy need not be mentioned. But we have agent name to be shown in the transport document. Now we commonalize or we generalize, we try to bring that here. We assume that, okay, wherever agent name comes or agent signs, their name should be there. Luckily, we are getting it clarified here that for insurance document, you need not apply for that. Transport document, yes, you look for the name of the agent, but in insurance document, you need not look for the name when agent or proxy is signing on behalf of the insurance company or the underwriter. That's it. Thank you.